to Tidy Up Texan. I'm Nicole, and this is part one of my garage cleanup. And as you can see, it's gotten quite messy in here. So we've had ongoing severe weather these past couple of months with threats of hurricane force winds coming through. We've had to shove a lot of the furniture from outside inside. And now that our weather has finally cleared up, I'm going to be putting some of this stuff back. And we do spend a lot of time down here, so I wanted to give it a good cleaning as well. So I'm going to start with putting this patio furniture back and rinsing off some of this dust and cobwebs. Now the larger pieces of furniture that you see here in the back, we will be moving those out to the warehouse, but that will have to be for part two of this garage cleanup. I'm doing most of this on my own while Ryan and Morgan are working. So I'm tackling this garage in small bites. Being that I do have a really bad back, I can only do so much at a time. So I really have to listen to my body. When it tells me no more, it's no more. All these chairs are pretty heavy and awkward, so I'm just pulling them outside the door for now. And once I've gotten them all out, I'll start putting them all back where they belong. All right, let's put these chairs back. And as you can see, we left the table out here. The table is solid stone and it is extremely heavy, so I wasn't worried about it flying away in these storms. And of course, my little helper, she's got to be under my feet as I'm trying to put everything back. And my girl can be so sweet, but she's very possessive, so all the other dogs are in the house. She does love her brothers and her cousins. However, she doesn't want to share her mama. She has gotten somewhat better sharing her daddy, but she's still very unpredictable and will attack the other dogs. So if anybody has any tips on how to break this, please leave it in the comments. Although this patio furniture needs some soap and water, then a good scrub down, I am just concentrating on getting the cobwebs off for now because I really wanted to concentrate on the garage and I still have a few more pieces I need to pull out. This little set here wasn't too bad, so I'm just going to set it out and I will concentrate on that the next time I clean this patio. And as you can see, the concrete is full of algae and the smoker needs a good cleaning and this patio area needs a little bit of a sprucing, so we will leave that for another video. This plant stand did have a couple live spiders on it, so I'm just going to give it a little rinse. My sister-in-law Morgan, she has been putting together some potted plants that she plans to fill this with. I, on the other hand, do not have a green thumb. Anything I put would probably die within a week. All right, moving back into the garage, I am going to wash these blankets. These are all for the dogs. The couches for the dogs. They all lounge on here. The mattress you see behind it, we also put down for all the dogs since we do have 5 of them. But this little girl, she loves her blankets, so we always cover the couch and she has her special little Pinky that we tuck her in at night. She does sleep down here in the garage. As much as we would love her to be upstairs with us, she just can't be trusted. She wants to fight everybody for mama and daddy's attention. But not to worry, we do have an AC unit down here. And the sofa is so comfortable. It is so easy to fall asleep on. I don't typically use this laundry room. I am not a fan of these front loaders. And as you saw, there was a load of laundry in the washer. I had to put in the dryer, and there was laundry in the dryer that I had to pull out. And of course, they're not mine. And the washer and dryer is rarely ever empty. So I just don't use these typically. I prefer just to go down to the warehouse and use the laundry room down there. So at this point, my back was really starting to hurt. So I went upstairs and rested for a few hours before starting this little zone. And typically, this stuff here goes back where the big furniture is now, along with the sofa. But we had to put all this furniture from outside inside, but it still needs to go down to the warehouse, and I need Ryan for that. These golf clubs had a bunch of fur and cobwebs all over them, so I just blew it off and then put it back. Next, I'm going to be clearing off this freezer, and it's been a while since I've actually wiped it down, so we're going to wipe down the freezer and the chair next to it. And since all this stuff is in a garage, I'm not too worried about getting it perfect. I just want it clean. And I do need to pull the freezer away from the wall and blow behind there because of all the fur and dust and debris. And of course, there was so much more behind there. Pieces from dog toys and fluff from their stuffies. It was a mess back there. So I'm going to be using some Lysol all-purpose cleaner to wipe down the freezer and all the chairs and the table. And again, I'm not trying to make it perfect, just better than it was. All the dogs were up against the front of this thing, so it was pretty grimy. So I had to put a little extra elbow grease in it. I should have put the camera a little closer so you can see the difference, and especially because there's shadows on this, so it looks like it's still dirty, but it's not. And once I move the chair back, that shadow will go away, and then you'll be able to see somewhat of a difference. So if you didn't see my community post last week, I didn't post any video. And besides the fact that we had nonstop storms back to back to back, and because of that, I did not get a whole lot of sleep. But also, I took a trip to California to watch my baby graduate from high school, which I could not be more proud. Both my boys graduated high school and are both going to college, which is more than I can say for myself, my parents, and my grandparents. We all never graduated from high school. We all had our children very, very young. All of us had a very hard upbringing. So graduating high school was so, so very important for my boys. And going to college is more than I can ever ask for. So I am so very proud of them. All right, now we are going to switch out the blankets in the wash and get this dryer going. So everything in this basket is for Morgan. Just gonna leave it here in the laundry room for her. Normally I would go ahead and fold everything, but like I said, I have to be really mindful of my back, and I really want to get as much done in the garage as I can. So I'm going to be skipping the folding of these clothes. This is probably my favorite thing to do in the garage is just use the blower. As you can see, all the dog toy fluff, all the fur, it's just going to be flying everywhere. Like I mentioned before, this sofa is so darn comfortable, and I actually got it for free on Facebook Marketplace. Since all the dogs spend a lot of time down here, we wanted something comfortable for them to lounge on. And who wants to spend money on a big old couch just for the dogs? And there is always an abundance of sofas and chairs on Facebook Marketplace that are for free. So I utilized it and got this thing, and we have been pleasantly surprised. It's not really my style, but I would definitely purchase this sofa for the house. I'm not going to be able to organize the stuff along the wall today, but I do need to clear off this desk and all the chairs. And just this desk alone, with all the clutter on it, just makes the entire garage feel extremely cluttered. And this is also one of my biggest pet peeves, is a bunch of clutter all over flat surfaces. It drives me insane. And you'll see what a big difference it makes once it's all cleared off. And this box that I'm putting up isn't going to stay in the garage anyways, along with the water filter system that's on the chair. I think once Ryan clears out his van, he'll be putting all that stuff back in his van. But I just wanted to get it out of the way, so I'm clearing off a spot on this little shelf. So this will be just a temporary solution. We don't typically use this garage at all for our vehicles. However, I do like to keep enough space to pull the truck in case we have a rogue storm, which does happen every once in a while. You see me waving my hands. Yeah, we have mosquitoes and flies galore every year. The candles help with the mosquitoes, but not so much with the flies. We do have fly traps hanging, and we've tried doing the coffee ground trick, and it hasn't helped at all. But I did see somebody on YouTube mentioning something about a spray that they use for their horses and around their farms that really helps. So I'm going to check that out, and I will let you know. Or if you have any tips or tricks to get rid of these flies, please let me know, because these ones out here, they bite. This desk I haven't wiped down in quite a while, so it was so disgusting. Ryan typically smokes out here, so there was a ton of tar and ashes all over this thing. The wagons you see off to the left here, we use these to cart all the trash up to the bins a couple times a week. We used to have those big rolling bins, but they were really hard to roll over our gravel driveway. So these carts are so much easier than using those big bins. All right, now that I've gotten this area all cleaned up and cleared out, I am going to do a little washing of these floors. We have a shower in the garage, so I'm able just to pull off the shower head and rinse down the floors. But I'll also be throwing down some floor cleaner as well. I have a mop down here that I use just for the garage, but since I still need to move all the big furniture and put back the couch where the big furniture is, I'm just going to wash the open areas for now, and then I'll squeegee everything out. And as you can see, I'm using the lemon scented pine sol, just a couple capfuls. And I did notice the flies didn't really care for it, so we had a lot less flies once I was done mopping this floor for a short while anyways. This is another thing I enjoy is squeegeeing the floor. It's just so satisfying. I do need to get a longer handle on the squeegee. It does do a number on my back. This one was actually just a Temu find. All right, we are getting close to being done. I just need to wipe down these chairs. Most of them weren't too bad, but this white one over here, it had a lot of junk on it, so I'm going to give that one a good cleaning. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And as always, all the love and support you guys give is just so amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have enjoyed the video today, and I will be coming out with a part 2 since we are not even close to being done. So please stick around for part 2 of this garage cleanup. And if you would, smash that like button, say hello in the comments. And if you're new, I'd love to know where you're watching from. And if you would, it would help me out so much to hit that subscribe button as well. Again, I love you all. And until next time, bye.